Good morning, dear students, and welcome to Vista's Learning and online educational platform. My name is Denzil, your physics tutor for class 11. Let's get started with today's session. Today, we deal with question and answers of the chapter Motion in a Plane. This is a session 7. So I hope you're ready with all your questions. We will soon be answering them. So make sure all the questions are also put in under the comments so that I can have a view at them later and reply to those questions. So let's begin with these questions and try to answer them. Now these questions are particularly chosen from your NCERT textbook. The type of questions will be based only on numerical based questions. Okay, so it will only be a numerical type questions. So let's get started. The first numerical type question from your NCERT textbook is 4.8. Number 4.8. So this is the question. Go ahead and read it with me. It says, three girls skating on a circular ice ground of radius 200 meters start from a point P on the edge of the ground and reach a point Q diametrically opposite to P, following different path as shown in the figure. So in your textbook you have a figure that is given. So the figure here is already put up. See, this is the figure also mentioned in your textbook. So you have three girls that start from the same point P but take three different paths: A, B and C. That is not mentioned, so let's say C. So three different paths. They all end at the same point Q, diametrically opposite to the point P. Now, based on that, what we need to do is find what is the magnitude of the displacement vector for each. For which girl is this equals to actual length of path skate? So there are two questions asked to us. One is to find the displacement for all the three girls. Now by the definition of displacement, we learned it is the shortest distance between the 2 points. Shortest distance meaning by a straight line. It is described by a straight line. 2 points are the initial and the final. So PQ represents displacement for all the three girls. So let us try to identify the first part of the question. What would be the displacement? Displacement or magnitude of displacement. Okay, so magnitude of displacement, which is magnitude of PQ, that is equals to, what is the magnitude of PQ? Now radius of the circular track is given. If you look at it, you have radius of a circular track which is about 200 meters. Since PB, or this, let's say point O, center, OP represents the radius, so does OQ. 2 times the radius represents the diameter. PQ here represents the diameter. So if radius is 200, what would be the diameter? 2 times the radius, which is 400 meter. So 2 times 200, which is equals to 400 meters. Now we have the magnitude of displacement, which is 400 meters. The next part of the question says, for which girl is this equals to the actual length of the path skate? Among the three, A, B and C, this 400 meters what we have determined, for which path can you say that it is 400 meters? It is for the path B. So B path will follow 400 meters. Therefore, the girl who follows the path B. B path represents the actual length of skate. So in this way, we have answered both the question. One is the magnitude of displacement, the other is the actual path length, which is B. Moving on to the next question. Oh, I had more space here. No. Moving on to the next question, the same question anyways. This question is 4.9 from your NCERT textbook. It says, a cyclist starts from the center O of a circular track of radius 1 kilometer, reaches the edge P of the park, and then cycles along the circumference and returns to the center along QO, as shown in the figure. Now, the figure is already given to you in the textbook. I will anyways try to reconstruct that figure here. Here is my circular track with center O. So this cyclist starts from O, goes to P, travels along the circumference, and from Q he returns back to O. The length of OP, radius of this circle, is 1 kilometer. So this is also 1 kilometer. So it takes for him 10 minutes to make this trip, that is traveling from O to P, P to Q and back to Q to O. It takes about 10 minutes. What is the net displacement, average velocity, average speed? If you're finding it hard, don't worry, I will make it easy for you. Okay, the three different things to find: 1, a net displacement; 2, average speed; and 3, which is average velocity; 3, which is average speed. First, let's identify net displacement. By the definition of displacement, it is the shortest distance between the 2 points, the initial and the final point. Can you identify the initial and the final point in this? The initial and the final point will be both at O, because he starts from O, goes round this once and finally ends at O. So therefore, since the initial and the final point are the same, displacement is equals to 0. See, we've already found one part of the question. What is the displacement? The next part of the question is to find the average velocity. Average velocity, by definition, so I'll just put AVG to represent average velocity, is equals to total displacement. No enough space. That's all right. I'll go to the next page right here. Average velocity is total displacement by total time taken. And what is the total displacement? That's right, it is 0. If the total displacement is 0, then average velocity will be equals to 0. Next, find the average speed. The definition of average speed is equals to total distance, not displacement, but total distance by total time. What is the total distance? Total distance covered from O to P, P to Q and Q to O. So let's make note of that. O to P, P to Q plus Q to O divided by what is the total time taken? Total time taken is 10 minutes. Now, we rather use the unit for speed, which is kilometer per hour, or meter per second, which is its SI unit. So we either have to convert the given time, minutes, into seconds, or you have to convert it into hours. We would rather convert it to hours because distance is already in kilometers. So you can get speed in terms of kilometers per hour. So total time is 10 minutes. Convert that to hours. That would be 10 by 60. Okay. What is the distance OP? OP is about 1 kilometer. All right. Plus PQ. Distance PQ. Well, this represents the quarter of the boundary of a circle. A quarter boundary of a circle. How can you say it's a quarter? Because it can be cut into 4 parts, like a pizza. So you have one part of a pizza which your friend ate, another part of a pizza, again the other friend ate, the other part of a pizza which another friend ate, and there's one part of pizza that remains, so which is 1/4 of a pizza. So quarter of a circle, so quarter of a boundary, so that would be circumference is 2 pi r, radius we know is 1, divided by quarter, so fourth. So I hope I'm making this easy for you. Plus 1 whole divided by 10 by 6, or 60. All right, so I'll continue there. Choose a different. All right. Yeah. All right. So 1 plus 1, 2. Right. What happened? This 2 times 2 plus pi by 2. 2 plus pi by 2, and then you have 10 by 60. If you want it, you can reciprocal. Go ahead, try to reciprocate. Oh no, this is not whole divided by 2. One moment, it is not whole divided by 2. One moment, here. By 2. Reciprocal the given, which is 60 by 10. LCM is 2. So 4 plus pi by 2 cancel, and then 6 3 times. 4 plus pi times 3. So now I'm going to move it here. 4 plus pi 3. Okay. So you get an approximate. So let's say this would be 4 plus 3.14 times 3. You're free to use the calculator. Okay, which is 7.14 times 3. Okay, you're free to use the calculator. Go ahead. So you get 12.24. So you get an approximated value of 24.42. 24.42. 21, sorry. What am I writing? 21. Okay, so average speed is equals to 21, approximated to 21.42 meter per second. Oh no, kilometer per hour, not meter per second, kilometer per hour. Why is it kilometer per hour? Because the unit for distance is kilometer and the unit for time we have taken in terms of hours. So this will be the solution for all the three. What would be the net displacement and also average velocity and the average speed. Okay, now moving on to the next one. This is question number 4.10 from your NCERT. It says, on an open ground, a motorist follows a track that turns to his left by an angle of 60 degrees after every 500 meters, starting from a given turn. Specify the displacement of the motorist at the third, sixth, and the eighth turn. Compare the magnitude of displacement with the total path length covered by the motorist in each case. So this motorist travels for every 500 meters. He makes a turn of an angle 60 degree. So let's put that in form of a diagram. Represent that in a diagram form. So let's say he travels up north for a distance which is of 500 meters, and then he has to make a turn of angle 60 degree with respect to the horizon. All right, so now he makes an angle, a turn whose angle is 60 degree. All right, good enough. So maybe let's represent this in the next page, so I get a better. So I put the diagram here. 500 meters, and then he makes a turn. -60 degree, and from here now he again makes a turn after 500 meters. He again makes a turn 60 degree, and then again from here he makes a turn 60 degree. So he keeps doing this after every 500 meters, and what you obtain is this shape, a geometrical shape called hexagon. Let's name the points as A, B, C, D, E, and F. Let's join the points. That's this. Okay, I'll erase the A to C line. Erase this one. All right. Okay. Good enough. So you'll obtain a hexagon with the diagonals now drawn. Okay, we have represented the diagonals. So you also have this equilateral triangles. The reason why they're equilateral, because the angles interior are all 60 degree. 60 degree, 60 degree, and so on and so forth. So now the question is, you need to find what would be the displacement at the third, sixth, and the eighth. Third, sixth, and the eighth turn. So let's go to the third turn. He starts from A, 500 meters, makes a turn. That will be the first turn, second turn, and the third turn. So A to D. What is the displacement A to D? Let me pick color blue. Okay. So what is the displacement between A to D? Now it may be hard to identify initially, but have a close look at this. This is 500 meters. All the sides are all 500 meters. To identify, let's say, this point of intersection of all the diagonals, let's call that O. To identify the length of OA, OA length will be parallel to BC length. Similarly, AB length will be parallel to OC length. So this is actually a figure for a parallelogram. You get this AOCB, which is a parallelogram. Since OA and BC are parallel to each other, same way I can also identify the length of OD by comparing it with EF. So you have this one parallelogram which is AOCB. Similarly, you have another parallelogram, observe, DOFE. So OD length will be equals to FE length. Okay. So to find the length of AD, displacement, no, wait one second. First we write at third, displacement, which is equals to AD is equals to AO plus OD. So AD, which is equals to AO length, is nothing but BC length, and OD length is FE length. BC length is 500, FE length is 500, so which is equals to 1000 meters. All right. So now we have identified the displacement AD, whose length is 1000 meters. It also says magnitude. It also says find the total path length. After finding displacement, you also need to find the total path length, which is the distance. A to D distance, that is A to B, B to C, and C to D. So A to B, let's write that, total path length, which is equals to AB plus BC plus CD, 500 plus 500 plus 500, which is 1500 meters. See, distance and displacement are not the same. Displacement is the only shortest distance between the 2 points. On the other hand, distance, total path length, is the path taken by an object, the length of the path taken by that object, which is about 1500 meters in this case. So now that we have found at third, we need to similarly find at sixth and eighth turn. So let's have a look at the sixth turn. We'll make a note. At sixth turn. So let's go back and see the sixth turn. You're starting from A. So 1, the first turn you make, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You land at the same spot. Okay. So you start from A, go around, and you land at the same spot. Since you land at the same spot, displacement will be equals to 0, because the initial and the final points are the same. On the other hand, total path length will not be equals to 0, but rather how much? It would be AB plus BC plus CD plus DE plus FE and plus FA. So go ahead, make a note. AB plus BC plus CD plus DE plus EF plus FA. All of the length are of 500 meter each. So 500 plus 500 plus 500 plus 500 plus 500 plus 500. 1000, 2000, 3000. So total path length is 3000 meters. This is for sixth term. Now similarly we have to find for eighth term. So you start from A, we go around, you come to A, that would be the sixth turn. Then you go to B, it would be the seventh turn. Then you go to C, that would be the eighth turn. So eighth turn will be located at C. Displacement is the shortest distance between the 2 points. Now we need to identify the length of this line. Okay. So how to identify? So let's make a note at eighth turn. What would be the shortest distance? Now remember I told you the triangles inside represent what is called as a equilateral triangle. So the angles are all 60 degree. So this angle here is 60. This angle here is 60. Together when they combine they become 120 degree. These two angles are of the same length, okay, because the triangle what you obtain, they have equal length. OA and OC length are equal. Since OA and OC length are equal, you have an isosceles triangle. So you have angles at A and C which are the same. So since the remaining angle is 60 degree, for a given sum of all the interior angles of a triangle is 180, remaining is 60, so each of them would be 30 degree. And by the property of alternative angles, we know that if this angle is 30, then this angle should also be 30 degree. If this angle is 30, this angle should also be 30 degree. Wonderful. Now we have a triangle whose angles at the sides are 30 degree, and you have a perpendicular line which is extended BO. So by using a trigonometry ratio, what trigonometry ratio can we use? Since we need to find the length, let's call this as P. Let's call that point as point P. All right, I hope that you can see. Okay, this point here is P. So first I need to find the length of AP and then the length of PC. To find the length of AP, I will use trigonometry ratio tan, because in this case cos. I'll use the trigonometry ratio cos because cos gives base and hypotenuse. So let's go ahead. At eighth turn, displacement which is equals to AC, magnitude of AC, which is equals to AP plus PC. AP length, I use cosine trigonometry ratio cos 30 degree to find AP. Okay, now AP is equals to cos 30 degree divided by AB length. AP by AB gives you cos 30 degree. All right, so that is the ratio. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. One second, I don't have the space to write here. AP by AB length is 500, root 3 by 2 transpose to the other side, and AP, which is equals to 500 root 3 by 2. I am not going to divide at the moment. The reason why is because AP length, you will see, is the same length which is PC. So AP length is equals to PC length. Now by this you can say that the given ratio, which is by using this, and you get 500 root 3, so you get 500 root 3 by 2 plus 500 root 3 by 2, which is equals to 500 root 3, and 500 root 3 I believe is approximated to 800 or 890. Okay, so I'm going to approximate it to 890 or 900. So have a look at it. It must be about 890 or 899. All right, so that would be the length of AC. This is how you determine when it comes to the eighth turn. Also, we need to find the total path length, which I'll write it here. Total path length, which is equals to, have a look at this, total path length from A to C, AB plus BC. That is AB plus BC, whose each length is 500, which is equals to 1000 meters. So in that way, we find the result for all the three turns, for the third turn, for the sixth turn, and also for the eighth turn. Eighth turn is a little tricky because you have to use a trigonometry ratio in this case. But trust me, after this practice, okay, while you write this in practice, you will find it easy. Okay. Right. Now for last question for the day. This is problem number 4.25. It says an aircraft is flying at a height of 3,400 meters above the ground. If the angle subtended at the ground observation point by an aircraft positions 10 seconds apart is 30 degrees, what is the speed of an aircraft? So you have an aircraft. Let's construct that. Let's draw an aircraft. So there you go. Right. Pilot window. Right. So the height of this aircraft from the ground is 3,400 meters. Right. And then its subtends an angle. Oh no. If an angle subtended at the ground observation, so someone here makes an observation at the aircraft. So there's an angle that subtends which is 30 degrees. And the point of an aircraft positions which is 10 seconds, meaning that once the aircraft displaces from the position overhead to reach overhead from to the observation, it takes about 10 seconds to displace from there to the point here. It takes 10 seconds. What is the speed of an aircraft? Not too tricky. That's because one, we already have the angle, we already have the height, we also know how long it takes to reach overhead, which is about 10 seconds. To find the speed of an aircraft, we need to find the displacement, which is the horizontal displacement. We have the height. Using this information and couple of trigonometry ratio, we can find what is the horizontal displacement. To find the horizontal displacement, we use the trigonometry ratio tan in this case. Why? We have the opposite side and we need to find the base. So let's make a note of it. Tan 30 degrees, which is equals to opposite, which is 3,400 divided by the base. Okay. Let's call it x. Tan 30 is 1 by root 3, which is equals to 3,400 by x. So x is equals to 3,400 root 3, meters. This is the horizontal displacement. Now we need to find the speed. So now we have the horizontal displacement, speed. We already have the time. So this was about 3400 root 3 divided by time taken is 10 seconds, which is equals to 340 root 3 meter per second or kilometer per hour. Let's have a look at it. Meter per second, because 3400 meters and also 10 seconds. So meter per second. What I want you to do is convert this, find the value for root 3 and then multiply it with 340. Find the value of root 3 and multiply it with 340 and you will get the result for the speed. Can it be done? Yes. Find the value of root 3 and then multiply it with 340. So I hope I've made it this concept easy, because it's a straightforward question as well. All right. So you get, one moment, you get, I'll just have a look at the value, 588.89. So the value is 588.89. Thank you so much. Yes. So I hope I made this easy for you. So that is all I have for today. In the next session, we'll be starting with a new chapter. Do stay tuned by visiting us at www.we-learning.in. So I'll see you on the next session. Until then, take care and have a nice day. Bye-bye.